moving on to the main fight. Bobby, we've been killing it, but not the main fight these last 2 weeks. So I'm really hoping maybe we split. Maybe that's what we have to do to get back on track. But we got Jairzinho Rozenstruik for Shamil Gaziev, or Shamil Gaziev. Rozenstruik, unbelievable KO power. I watched that Overeem fight. He got punched in the face and cut his lip. Like, I mean, his lip was like hanging out. Like, it was hard to watch, really gruesome. But that's just like the power this dude has. He has the power to blow your mouth apart.
At the last second.
At the last second, absolutely.
Vagina lip.
I was going to say, I haven't seen anybody blow a mouth like that since, Tito Ortiz's ex-wife?
Whoa, you leave her out of this, all right?
They weren't married. Or so he said.
Vagina is not a bad word. It's anatomically correct.
He starts with an insane pace for a heavyweight, too. I watched all of his fights, Bobby. Every single fight he's been in. He's been in 18 fights. That was the longest 5 minutes of tape I've ever watched. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This guy has gotten a decision a couple times. But his number of 28-second fight, he had a 28-second fight, a 9-second fight. I believe that's the fastest knockout in UFC history. This dude has multiple under 1 minute knockouts, which is just insane. It speaks to his power. Mid to decision 3 times, including a 5-round fight versus Cyril Gane, which going 5 rounds as a heavyweight, that is insane. You don't see that. I believe that the average time for heavyweights, maybe a little over 7 minutes. So the fact that he went the full 5 rounds is amazing. And when you look at him, you don't think he has that cardio. Shamani, on the other hand, grew up and trained with the Khabibs, which I thought was very interesting. He was also Cyril Gane's sparring partner. So this dude has quite a bit of good competition he's faced. Some of the guys he was knocking out on his regional scene looked like, I mean, you said Adonis's last episode, I guess I'll use that too. I mean, these dudes are just ripped, insane looking. But what I had in the back of my mind was, are these open weight heavyweights? Is there a cap? Because he looks quite a bit bigger than some of the guys he was knocking out, and I mean quite a bit bigger than some of these guys. One of them looked maybe 215, 220-ish, and Shamani just absolutely ate that man.
Shamani XL.
Shamani XL for sure, man. He's got some low hands, which is going to be really bad against Rozenstruik, but he does have that grappling advantage. I don't see him being able to use it. I believe, which is hilarious too, because I think we had a 1.5 round, 1.5 over-under round on last card, either 1 or 2, and this one is the full the main event, and it's set at 1.5. That is insane for a 5-round fight, the line to be at 1.5. But that just is a testament to these guys. Gaziev has no gas tank. This dude gets very tired also. Right now, what we've done is we gave Basharat, Nurmagomedov, and Makayev all wins. So right now we have 3 of the 6 undefeated guys staying undefeated. I think Gaziev is the one that gets upset. I don't think that everybody that's undefeated on this card stays undefeated. If I had to pick one, it's him. I'm going to go Rozenstruik with the early knockout. I believe his money line is plus 150. His knockout is plus 165. Oh, man. Yeah, I was going to go knockout, but it had changed before we got on here. It was plus 140, and I like the 165 a lot more. But since it's moved to 150, I'll just take the Rozenstruik money line, but I like that KO if you want the extra 15.
Well, you did a great job breaking down the fight from a technical standpoint, and I'm not going to disagree with your methods or your pick or anything. I'm in 100% agreement with everything you said. But now if you listen closely, you can hear the sound of diarrhea violently hitting the toilet bowl as I proceed to shit all over this fight. There's nothing I hate more. Wet socks. That pisses me off. I'm not even going to say the other things piss me off. I'm just going to say wet socks really piss me off, right? Little thing about me. You know what pisses me off more than wet socks? UFC heavyweight main event. I'm fucking sick of it. You hear me? I'm sick of it. I know whoever's watching this that has the power, please stop. Jairzinho Rozenstruik has more main events than most of the current champions of the fucking UFC right now. Most of the champions of their divisions do not have nearly the amount of main events that Jairzinho Rozenstruik has. And I'm about tired of it. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. All right. The man is not good. It's heavyweight UFC MMA. We talked about Cyril Gane's sparring partner is Gaziev. He's trained with Habib. Like, fuck, let's say he trained with Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, and Rocky Marciano's Ghost. It's heavyweight MMA. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because all it takes is one big fat 300-pound guy with a meat hook of a left or right hand coming straight at you, and it doesn't matter. All that matters is who's carrying you out on the stretcher to the ambulance. That's what matters the most. It's sloppy. It's disgusting. And if it doesn't end in a first round knockout, you're going to be bored out of your mind watching two guys lay against each other like softcore porn. And I'm not really a fan of it, man. All right. I know y'all like to whine about grappling. I like good grappling. I like good wrestling. I like good jujitsu. Hell, I'll watch Kobe Covington sniff crotches before I watch two gassed heavyweights that look like two baby bears that have been prematurely shaved with mange, just waking up from hibernation, sweat up against each other on the cage. I just don't want to see it in my main event. Put that shit on the prelims. Put that on the undercard for Cam Soda. Don't put it as a UFC main event. That's all I'm going to say. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see it anymore. Rozenstruik's going to just the dude's supposed to be a kickboxer. When he first came in, all I heard was how great of a kickboxer he is. I looked up his kickboxing record. It feels like it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme forged, with most of his fights being on Blood Island or something. And I didn't even get much information to go off of. I just think he's like a swing and bang Kimbo Slice style brawler that just has, like Ben said, the crazy power to be getting his ass kicked for almost a full 25 minutes until he decides he's tired of losing and he finally launches a hand and, gives Overeem another lip. Like, that's all I really got to say is it's heavyweight MMA. And that's another prime for an upset fight just by the nature of how ridiculous and insane heavyweight MMA is and how much of a meme it is.
So who's your pick?
Shamil Gaziev. No, I'm just Jairzinho Rozenstruik. And yeah, like you said, you can't really go wrong with the money line. You can't really go wrong with KO TKO. Both are good, but sure, I'll go KO TKO because at that point, if he's not winning by it, he's not winning, period, because all of his wins have come by KO TKO and his losses have come by TKO, decision, or a sub. So at that point, if he's not getting the KO TKO, he's not fucking winning at all. So you might as well get that extra little boost if you don't like the money line at plus 150, which is still good value. But if you're really just trying to stretch your bet and, aim high and all that good jazz, yeah, squeeze out that extra for the plus 165 KO TKO. I don't blame you.
So you're going the KO, not the money line.
Yeah, like I said, you might as well go all out because
Yeah.
if it doesn't hit, you're not going to be kicking yourself because he damn sure isn't going to get a sub. And I just don't think as a 25-minute, 5-round main event, I don't think either's making it to the decision. So you're not really going to be kicking yourself because if he doesn't get the KO TKO, he's just going to outright lose. So you might as well stretch it out a little bit and say he's going to win by KO TKO because there's no other way he's going to win in my eyes.
You know what? I'm going to do that too. I'm changing to the KO. I was worried because Rozenstruik has been able to go to decision a couple times. I was talking about Gaziev's gas tank. I don't think Gaziev can make it 5. I really don't. And I don't think a lot of heavyweights can. So in that case, I don't Rozenstruik he's not the better grappler. So he's not going to sub Gaziev.
Right.
He's not going to sub Shamani. So
right.
I'm changing it to KO also. Even if he doesn't get that early knockout, he'll get the TKO later down the road.
Exactly. And if he doesn't get it at all, like I said, you're not going to be kicking yourself because if he doesn't get it at all, I don't think he's winning.
No.
I think it's going to go to Gaziev either by decision or his own KO, TKO, or sub. So you're not really going to be missing out. If you're betting on Rozenstruik, you might as well go all out on his only, in my eyes, way to win.
Yeah. I don't think this goes a decision for either of them. So I think a decision for either is just a mistake. I think you can either do the sub KO with Shamil or the KO with Rozenstruik. I agree. I love that.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. Better in Green.